Recently, we are reading about astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, astronauts who have been in space and because of lack of gravity are losing their bone mass. Fortunately for us on Earth, because of gravity, we have the ability to maintain our bone health and not lose this bone mass. Let's dive into how we can keep our bones strong and healthy every day. Today, I want to share something really important that affects all of us. That's our bone health. It's something we often take for granted until we start feeling those creaks and cracks, right? Well, I've been digging into the science behind bone strength, and trust me, it's fascinating. Let's uncover the secrets of calcium and vitamin D and how they keep our bones strong and sturdy. Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Sanjay Arora, and I am here to unburden your health. You know, it's never too early to think about bone health. A recent article in the New York Times predicts hip fractures will nearly double worldwide by 2050. Researchers around the world, based on data from people 50 years and older who have fractured their hips between 2005 and 2018, now that study says that hip fractures will nearly double by 2050. Now, this is an alarming statistic. And this underscores the importance of understanding and maintaining our bone health from a very early age. But don't worry, we're going to explore how you can avoid becoming part of this statistic. Our bones are the architectural marvels of our body because they're constantly remodeling themselves like skilled craftsmen. This dynamic process involves resorption, which is also removal of old bone by cells called osteoclasts, and formation of new bone by osteoblasts. And it's not just about maintaining shape, it's also about ensuring strength and resilience. This remodeling helps repair micro damages and maintains the structural integrity of our skeleton. Think of it like renovating an old building to keep it strong and sturdy. Our bones constantly break down and rebuild, adjusting to the demands placed on them. Whether you're running a marathon, lifting weights, or simply standing upright, our bones respond by reinforcing themselves when needed and repairing microscopic damage. From the moment we are born, our bones embark on a lifelong journey of remodeling. This process isn't just fascinating, but it's also crucial for our overall health and mobility. Our bone health typically peaks in our late 20s to early 30s. This is when we have achieved maximum bone density and strength. However, as we age, this balance between bone resorption and formation can shift, leading to a gradual decline in our bone density. This decline can sometimes be exacerbated by various factors like hormonal changes, particularly in postmenopausal women, poor diet, lack of physical activity, and certain medical conditions. As we age, our bodies break down more bones than they build. This can increase the risk of osteoporosis, a condition defined by weak bones, which can make them more susceptible to breaks and fractures. For older adults, the results can be devastating. Broken or fractured bones may give way to lengthy hospital or nursing home stays. This involves long-term disability, sometimes even death. That's why it's crucial to start caring for our bones early and continue throughout our lives. The prime time to build bone is during adolescence, when the body is growing and devoting more resources to this task. And while your age, gender, and genetics play significant roles in bone health, there are ways to slow bone loss in midlife and beyond. Exercise is a major part of this, which we will cover later, but our diet is a big player too. So let's talk about some of the key nutrients to prioritize our bones to keep them as healthy as we age. First up, it's calcium. Our body doesn't produce calcium on its own. We rely entirely on dietary intake to meet our calcium needs. If our diet lacks calcium, our body resorts to a backup plan. It starts withdrawing calcium from our bones to maintain normal blood calcium levels. This is why a calcium-rich diet is so important. Kids, teenagers, and young adults need calcium to help build strong bones. The strength of our bones during youth directly affects our strength as we get older. We want our peak bone density in early adulthood to be as high as possible so we don't drop too low later on in life. Women between the ages of 19 and 50 years need 1000 milligrams of calcium every day and 1200 milligrams if you are above the age of 51. Men between the ages of 19 to 70 need 1000 milligrams or 1200 milligrams if you are older. Dairy products like milk and yogurt are excellent sources of calcium. 1 cup of yogurt contains about a quarter of calcium most people need in a day. Other calcium-rich foods include beans, tofu, small bone fish like sardines, and green leafy vegetables. Remember, yogurt as an essential part of your diet has been covered by us earlier. Please follow the links below. Now let's talk about vitamin D. It's crucial for maintaining strong bones because it helps our body absorb calcium from food. Vitamin D is synthesized in the skin after it's exposed to the sun's ultraviolet rays. But the skin's ability to do this synthesis declines with age. Certain vitamin D rich foods can help make up for that loss. These include fish, mushrooms, egg yolk, and milk. Individuals up to the age of 70 need 600 international units of vitamin D per day, while those above 70 need more than 800 international units per day. However, it's challenging for most people to reach these requirements with food alone, which is why many people benefit from vitamin D supplements. Protein is another key nutrient for bone health. Several studies in older adults have linked higher protein consumption with stronger bones. Protein makes up about half of our bone volume and is essential for replacing bone when it is lost. But since protein plays 2 roles in the body, helping to absorb calcium in the gut and to excrete it in urine, you need to maintain a sufficient level of both proteins and calcium for good bone health. Protein-rich foods include yogurt, lentils, milk, fish, chicken, eggs, and almonds. Now let's talk about my favorite, exercise. People think of bone as this static thing, but actually it's a living, dynamic organ that is constantly remodeling. As with our muscles, the more we strategically stress our bones with exercise, the stronger they become. To maintain strong bones, it is recommended to engage in regular weight-bearing activity such as walking or running, something those astronauts are not able to. Walking is a weight-bearing exercise that builds and maintains strong bones, and it also increases our muscle strength, coordination, and balance. This can help prevent falls and fractures. Many people interpret the phrase weight-bearing exercise to mean that we should do heavy weightlifting, but that's not the case. To keep our leg, foot, and hip bones healthy, all we need is to bear our own weight as we move around. How much activity should we aim for? Adults should get 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity per week and engage in muscle strengthening activities at least twice per week. If you work out regularly and haven't been diagnosed with low bone density, cardio that puts more force on your body is ideal for preserving or strengthening bone. Running and jumping exercises, for example box jumps or jumping jacks, are good options. Workouts that involve moving in multiple directions like dance, tennis, or pickleball are even better. Resistance training strengthens our bones in addition to our muscles, which in turn strengthens our bones more by putting additional force on them. Regular squats, hip hinges, lunges, calf raises, planks, and push-ups. Pay attention to the form so that your joints and bones are in proper alignment. Remember, the best exercise routine is the one you enjoy and can stick to consistently. Always consult your doctor before starting a new exercise program, especially if you have any health concern. Balance exercises are crucial for preventing falls, which can be catastrophic for those with weakened bones. Try standing on one foot, walking heel to toe, or practicing Tai Chi. Even simple activities like getting up from a chair without using your hands can improve balance. If you have weak bones, avoid exercises with bending and twisting. These movements increase the risk of fractures, especially in the spine. Instead, focus on exercises that keep your spine straight and stable. Remember again, it's never too late to start exercising for bone health. Even if you already have osteoporosis, the right exercises can help maintain bone mass and reduce the risk for fractures. In addition to getting enough calcium, vitamin D, and physical activity, consider avoiding lifestyle choices that are known to weaken the bones. These include drinking more than 2 servings of alcohol or caffeine a day. Cigarette smoking can also reduce bone density. If you are at a high risk for osteoporosis, talk to a doctor. Bone density scans or DEXA scans are X-ray tests that measure calcium and other minerals in your bones and I recommend it for postmenopausal women, men above 60, and those who are prone to osteoporosis. Knowing your risk can help you take proactive steps to protect your bone health. If you have multiple risk factors, discuss this with your healthcare provider. I have been doing my BMD scan for a few years now, and I have been detected to have osteopenia, which is a condition before osteoporosis. I have started to include more yogurt in my diet. I'm taking vitamin D supplements and making weight-bearing exercises a regular part of my weekly schedule. Early detection and treatment of osteoporosis can significantly reduce your risk of fractures. Don't hesitate to discuss any concern about your bone health with your doctor. Remember, it's never too late to think about bone health. Even if you are young, the choices you make today can impact your bone health in the future. So encourage your family and friends to be kinder to their bones. Take care of your skeleton and your bones. Your body will thank you for it. Do you have a spine or are you spineless? Make sure you keep your back erect and don't feel 60 when you are only 40, because your skeleton has lost its ability to carry your weight. Your bones are the foundation of your health. Treat them with the respect they deserve and they'll support you for a lifetime. Fractures due to osteoporosis can be prevented. If we look after our bones, we can all be fracture free. So let's make sure we live in a society where we are truly fracture free. Hashtag fracture free India. Hashtag fracture free world. Hashtag Unburden Healthcare.